Hey everybody! Welcome to Mr. Gnome's video blog, where we give you fresh and functional upcycled craft ideas, as well as vegetarian cooking tips and overall tips on how to live a greener life every day. So today we're going to show you how to make a upcycled cactus ring holder. It's made out of corrugated cardboard and it has cardboard egg carton bottoms. So, some tips before you get started on making your cactus. When you make your cactus, you want to keep two important things in mind. You want to try to make sure, you can estimate this, that from the top of your cactus to the very bottom of your cactus down here is about 5 inches or so. You can estimate that, but you want to try to stay within that range. That way your cactus is tall enough for balance, but not too tall and not too short, and it won't topple over, it'll be nice and balanced. Another thing you want to keep in mind is when you're doing your arms of your cactus, you want to make sure that they are not too thick. And by that I mean, if it's too thick, you won't be able to get your ring onto the cactus arm. So you want to make sure that it is skinny enough that you can get your ring onto there easy enough. I have really fat fingers, so I can make my cactus a lot wider than other people might be able to. You just want to take one of your rings that you wear really often and just make sure before you start tracing it out that it's going to fit your rings okay. You don't want to spend all this time making it and then find out that your ring doesn't go onto the cactus. So just make sure before you start doing it. First step to making your cactus is to get your corrugated cardboard, and what I've done is I've drawn out onto the cardboard a sketch of a cactus, and I've already made sure that it's about 5 inches tall and also that the arms and the main base of the cactus are going to fit my ring okay, and so far everything's hunky-dory, so we're good to go. Now, one tip I want to make sure that you follow is once you've drawn the cactus on this side of the cardboard, you need to cut it out first and then flip it and put this side of the cactus onto the other side, so you get the two reversals that will come together to make a more sturdy cactus. So we're going to go ahead and cut that out right now, and then we'll go ahead and flip it, trace it, so that we have the two backs that'll fit together really perfect. So we've just cut out both pieces for the cactus. You need 2 pieces just to make sure it's really sturdy. We got this piece, and if one side just looks uglier than the other, or if it's got like kind of a shininess to it, it's going to be harder to paint on. So you want to flip it to the dull side of the cardboard. So we're just going to go ahead and you're going to see those two will match up. We're just putting them together. And what we're going to do now is just glue them together with a glue stick. Okay, after you let your cactus that you glued together set for a while, once it's completely dry, then you're going to go ahead and choose which side looks better. This is the one that you can see the tracing a lot more, so I'm going to go ahead and use this side. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint the cactus. Okay, and while we're letting the cactus dry, what we're going to go ahead and do is make the base of the cactus with our egg cartons. So you're going to take your egg carton, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut out 3 of these sections right here. have like an open part in all of them like that. What you want to do is cut it even with that so they sit flat onto the surface. So now that you've got all of your bases cut, what you're going to do is go along the edges. They might need some trimming so that they're going to be flat enough to sit. I'm just going to grab your scissors and go along and trim any of the sections that are sticking out. And just go ahead and take a flat surface and set it on there and just make sure that it's going to be flush with the surface and it's not going to knock over or tilt in one direction. Once you got that figured out, all you're going to do is take your X-Acto knife and go ahead right here in the top. You just want to cut about an inch slit in every single one of these bases, all 3 of them. And once you get that cut, you're just going to make one small other cut, very, very small, just to make sure when you slip in the cactus into this part, it's going to be really secure and it's not going to wobble over any certain direction. Once you get those cut, then you're going to go ahead and take your glue stick and you're just going to make sure you remember the order that your bases go in. And you're just going to go ahead and glue each of the bases together. Put the needles on to the cactus. This is when you're going to get your black marker, and what you're going to do is just randomly place needles on to your cactus with your marker. Just put little dashes onto random spots on the cactus. And once you finish doing that, then what you're going to do is take your cactus base, and the best thing to do is to get a pair of scissors. And the slit that we made earlier, you're just going to make sure that it's going to open up enough for your cactus. So just take the tip of the scissors and stick it in, shimmy it a little bit, and run it along just to make sure that it's open enough for the cactus to go into. See how there's like a little coin slot right there? And then what you're going to do is grab your cactus and you're going to take the base and just slowly shimmy it in to the base that you've made. And you want to try to get the bottom of the cactus to go flush with this base, so it kind of acts as a second reinforcement to your base so that it'll stay nice and sturdy. And your cactus is complete and ready to hang your rings on it.